Good evening, I'm Camelia and this is KiniNews. Anwar has vowed that he will not succumb to any pressure regarding action against those with power. He also pledged to defend civil servants on their action in the matter. Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim has assured that the ultra-rich in the country who had become too powerful will be held accountable for their actions under his watch. Anwar, who is also the finance minister, said there were cases reported of actions being taken against civil servants following pressure from the top-level officials and pledged that this would no longer happen.
I will defend every single civil servant. Saya akan pertahankan mereka selagi mereka jalankan tugas yang baik. Saya tidak akan terikut dengan tekanan puak-puak penyakau ini. Jadi saya harap sudah faham itu.
He pledged that he would not act against civil servants who take action against them and said that he had never told anyone to not act against the rich. Anwar added that the wealthy have a duty to give back to society as their status was reached with the help of others. He said everyone plays their roles, so they have to help others in return. Muhyiddin has claimed that the diesel subsidy rationalization may end up costing the public more than what the government will save on it. Perikatan National Chairperson Muhyiddin Yassin said that the blanket diesel subsidy removal in the peninsula may end up costing the public more than the 4 billion ringgit the government is saving from the move. He claimed that the sudden diesel price hike will cause an economic shock that will spread across the country and create a multiplier effect on other economic and social sectors. In a post on Facebook yesterday, Muhyiddin said the burden, if assessed, may cost the public far more than the 4 billion ringgit saved from this subsidy, targeting and questioned if it is worth it. He added that the 200 ringgit per month for those eligible for assistance is certainly insufficient to cover the significant increase in diesel prices. Muhyiddin said ultimately the cost increase in the supply chain will still occur and be fully borne by consumers. The government removed diesel subsidies at the pump from yesterday. Private consumers who are eligible will get 200 ringgit per month in lieu of subsidies. Besides cash transfers to private users, there are also additional subsidies initiatives for those in the agriculture, fishing, logistics, and public transportation sectors. One of the initiatives is the Diesel Subsidy Control System, SKDS, which gives fleet cards to public transport operators as well as logistics vehicles. The government argued that with most sectors covered, businesses should not increase prices by citing higher diesel costs. From today to 12 June, you can subscribe or renew your Malaysia Kini package with a 25% off promotion. Click the link in the description below or scan the QR code on your screen to enjoy this exclusive offer. Daim and his family are seeking to recover and unfreeze their bank accounts. They filed a judicial leave application at the KL High Court earlier this week. Daim Zainuddin and his family have turned to the civil court to compel Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim and the MACC to recover and unfreeze their bank accounts. Daim and 23 other applicants filed the judicial review leave application at the Kuala Lumpur High Court on June 6. Besides Daim's wife, Naima Abdul Khalid, among the applicants are his 4 children and 18 companies. The judicial review named Anwar, the MACC and 4 other respondents, including the Anti-Graft Agency's Chief Commissioner Azam Baki and the federal government. According to Naima's supporting affidavit cited by Malaysia Kini, the applicants contended that they had been negatively jeopardized on the macro and micro scale due to the respondents' various actions, including the seizure and freezing of the accounts. She stated that every decision, action and or statement by the respondents named are intentional in order to target her and her family. According to Naima, this was through the statement that they were a corrupt family who made our wealth via wrongful means under the law. She pointed out that until today, neither she nor the other applicants have been charged in court for offences linked to the Anti-Money Laundering, Anti-Terrorism Financing and Proceeds of Unlawful Activities Act 2001, the same provision under which the accounts were seized and frozen. Among others, Daim and the other applicants are seeking a declaration that the seizure of their accounts is invalid for violating their constitutional right and order to unfreeze their accounts as well as general damages. Back to the topic of the diesel subsidy issue, a PAS MP has asked why the government fixed the subsidy at a flat rate instead of a more focused approach. Bacho MP Shahir Sulaiman has questioned why the targeted diesel subsidy efforts were implemented at a flat rate instead of a more focused approach. He asked why the 200 ringgit Budi Madani aid was given at a flat rate without taking into account the eligible recipient's income level, the reason for use, the locality and distance, as well as the recipient's vehicle make and engine capacity. He also urged the government to explain whether the petrol subsidy system would also follow a similar system. Shahir then gave an example of two individuals with similar income status, but different levels of commitments, such as having more school-going children. He also questioned the rationale of having unique and identical personal data of subsidy recipients in both the Central Database Hub, PADU, and Budi Madani web portals. Shahir added that the people are growing suspicious of whether subsidy rationalization is a front for the government to collect the rakyat's personal data. With this, he urged Second Finance Minister Amir Hamzah Azizan to answer his questions. A U.S. Independence Day dinner last night was disrupted by some protesters. Video of the incident showed a man using a megaphone to condemn the U.S. and its complicity in the deaths of Palestinians.
All of you are complicit in genocide. You are all complicit in the murder of thousands of Palestinians in Gaza.
A small group of protesters disrupted a U.S. Independence Day dinner at a hotel in Kuala Lumpur last night. In a video shared on X, a protester from Gegar America is seen using a megaphone to condemn the U.S. and its complicity in the deaths of Palestinians. Two men in suits then physically dragged the man away, with uniformed security personnel keeping close.
You are all responsible. You are all supporting murderers. You are all supporting murderers in Gaza. Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you for supporting the murder of Palestinians!
They are met with a handful of other protesters in the lobby holding a banner accusing the U.S. of complicity in genocide. The group also chants "Free Palestine" before the banner is taken away from them. More than 37,000 Palestinians, mostly women and children, have been killed in Israel's war on Gaza in retaliation for a Hamas attack in October last year that killed 1,139 people, mostly civilians. Muda brought up Bersih's score on reforms for the government yesterday. Its president hopes the government will address the score given by Bersih, reflect on their reform plans, and translate them into serious actions. Muda Acting President Amira Aisha Abdul Aziz has told the government to reflect on the F score given by Bersih for dragging its feet on reforms. In a statement yesterday, Amira said when Bersih gave the government an F score on reforms, it should be taken with humility and lead to self-reflection on the government's performance. She said the score and remarks made by Bersih were not ill-intentioned but made after many deliberations, meetings and briefings with government representatives and civil society groups while waiting for reforms. Amira added that it was unimaginable to see Pakatan Harapan dismissing Bersih's view, given that both were allies in pushing for reforms in the past. She said she hoped the government would properly address the score given by Bersih, reflect on their reform plans, and translate them into serious actions. On June 8th, Bersih Chairperson Muhammad Faisal Abdul Aziz gave Putrajaya an F for electoral reforms. He reportedly said that this was because, today, the Anwar Ibrahim administration has not carried out any electoral reforms in the country. Several leaders from the government criticized Bersih for it, with DAP Central Executive Committee member Sheikh Umar Bagharib Ali saying the government was working hard to implement reforms at various levels and it takes time to bear fruit. He said Bersih submitted several demands in February and it's only June now, so it's unjustified to say that the Prime Minister and his cabinet aren't committed to pursuing reforms. That is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to Kinitv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. I'm Camelia. Thanks for watching.